head into fall, remember, if you're cold, he's colder. Founder of StudioTSC.com, Michael Loftus. He's my favorite Kevin after Sorbo and Spacey. Former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Her baby shower registry can be found at 7-Eleven. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Tipp. And you can hear the ocean in his belly button. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion Tyrus.
Sorry if it's loud.
Michael, did you happen to catch one of the rail boxcars to Butler to catch Trump?
I missed the boxcar, but luckily I got a new shopping cart that I rode all the way there. This was a great moment. This was like a Hall of Fame. Put him out on Mount Rushmore now, and a special shout out to the Secret Service for getting over their fear of sloped roofs. That was miraculous. Like, hold on, there's a ramp here. Trump is fantastic, and I love his instinct. His throwaway lines are better than anything that the left could script for Biden, right? You got Trump talking, making up Rocket Man, and everybody's like, that's wild, that's crazy, and Joe Biden's over there. There's nothing on that. And for Trump to open up this "so anyway, where was I?" is just an epic. It acknowledges the moment, but it was just an interruption. I'm still going. I'm unstoppable. He had the chart. This is up there with Newhart doing the callback to the original Newhart show. Do you remember that? When he woke up.
For people who know what you mean. Was it the last episode he wakes up and he's actually
of his third show?
Yes.
Yeah, when he woke up with Suzanne Plachette. It was that moment from Trump.
Yeah.
So anyway, and they're like, should we have the chart up there? Are you kidding? You gotta have the chart. The bit doesn't work without the chart.
You know, it's funny, Congressman, that I think that when he said he was going to come back afterwards, people said you're not going back. But you knew he was going to do that, right? But I was curious. Have you talked to him since this? And is he changed in your mind?
No. I talked to him each week, but I talked to him the day after the assassination. And he would sit there and he would tell me I could hear the bullet coming to my ear. But then he was still total Trump. He goes, now, Kevin, I learned something. You'll learn this later in life because you have big, beautiful ears. There's a lot of blood in your ears, right?
Yeah.
But what this symbolizes, he's not letting Butler end with the assassination attempt. So the community won't.
Yes.
He kept a promise that he's coming back. He honored the life of Corey and the others who were shot. But he did something else. For a nation to heal, anybody will tell you, you got to go back to the location it started. And he was doing something for the nation at the same time he was doing it for everybody else. That he finished his speech, he welcomed everybody back. Don't be fearful of these people who want to put fear into our lives about politics. Let's rise together. I promise you this, there's people at that rally that weren't going to support him, but wanted to support the nation. That's a person ready to be president.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even think of that was really a special thing for Butler to be known as he came back, as opposed to it was where he almost was killed.
You didn't want
it was actually a triumphant part two, a sequel that's better than the first, Kat. Did you catch any of this over the weekend, or were you busy?
I was busy. So I was backstage waiting to go on stage at one of my shows, and the clip of Trump saying, so as I was saying, a friend sent it to me, and the friend who sent it to me is actually the most liberal person I know.
Yeah.
I mean, probably to the left of AOC, and he was like, I hate it, but this is so funny. Yeah. and that's the thing, because if you watch all those clips that you played from MSNBC and all those other news sources, I don't know about you guys, those shows don't look very funny. No. And so I think even if you don't, you can believe all those things, you can hate him so much, but you have to admit, I mean, that's funny, that's entertaining to watch. I mean, that was just, and that's why people do like him. And that's something that you can't really teach. I mean, how many of these candidates have people tried to humanize and give the ability to do this sort of thing? That's just, you kind of have it or you don't. And so I think, I mean, the fact that that's the person I found out from is actually says a lot.
Yeah. You know, Tyrus, to listen to somebody like Joe Scarborough still in this weird world that like after something going on like that on Saturday, to think that this is a guy that's trying to divide a country.
I think the only thing that was good about that MSNBC, well, whatever you want to call it, the only thing that was good about that was there was one guy who has a little bit of a conscience, and you could see it. He was having a hard time answering. Are we really doing? If I were to sit on this show tonight and say, if President Trump doesn't win, there should be a civil war, no, that's not what I meant. But if I would have said it the next day, I would have been fired. No, not even by the time I walked out of this building, I would have got a call from the Fox higher-ups going, that's not the message that we want here. Thank you, goodbye. The fact that these guys can sit on TV and say these incendiary things, knowing we've already had 2 attempts, how are they allowed to be on TV? Who is allowing this? You can disagree with him. You can not like him. You can have all the horrible comments about his policies in the world. But to sit there and say that, guys, if we don't do something, there's going to be a bloodbath. You are planting seeds, and we already see your seeds take growth in the wrong kind of minds. Is just unbelievably irresponsible.
It's
shocking.
It's hard to believe that they continue doing this after
and they
2
keep
assassins.
doing. At some point, somebody has to be the adult in the room and say, Joe, we didn't bring you here on talent, so we didn't think it was going to be this dangerous, but you've got to go. Maybe it's his wife who puts him down. I don't know, but he needs to go. And before my time, I just want to say thank you, sir, for sticking to principles and putting country first. I know the situation with the House, but I just want to say on behalf of a lot of people who vote, thank you.
Thank you.
And I just want to say to you, on behalf of no longer pooping in front of my apartment, thank you. And as a homeless man, you are so clean.
That was the medication that was stopping that.
Okay.
That prescription ran out. There's going to be a fresh pile come tomorrow.
I couldn't let your solemn moment pass.
I know you couldn't.
I can't help it.
World's
You were
tallest
probably like,
3-year-old. ladies and gentlemen.
There's no way he's going to be able to make this about poop.
He is a magician.
Where there's no poop, I will make it about poop. I'm the David Blaine of feces.